And welcome back to Flo's Sports Fix on this Monday. There were some interesting games that took place over the weekend in the English Premier League. To give us the lowdown of where the teams are going, and a particular game where I went one way and a certain person went the other way because he told me that his team was going to win, but I got it right, folks. I got it right. Our world game guru, Ellis Gelios. G'day, Ellis. How are you today?
G'day, Clayton. Yes, a little weary after another huge weekend in the beautiful game that is the world game, but keen to discuss it all with you once again.
Yes, it is. Well, let's start with our favourite side, Liverpool. We support them through thick and thin, and it wasn't the prettiest of wins, but they got one over Aston Villa.
They did, and look, I think for Jurgen Klopp, the main thing to take out of this is the fact that Liverpool came into this game having lost their last 6 home games in a row, and so to have gone down 1-0 at half-time, it could have been very easy for the players to sort of shift back to that negative mindset that here we go again. Somehow this fortress that very much used to be a fortress not too long ago, but has for the last month or so not been a fortress. Suddenly we're now back in this situation again. The floodgates might open and we might lose a very important game to Aston Villa. Well, Jurgen Klopp managed to get them motivated to come out and get a much-needed result because, as you'll note, across the league, other results which Liverpool needed to go their way probably did not go their way this weekend, aside from the Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur draw. So, I think a massive 3 points for Liverpool, but with Chelsea winning so emphatically this weekend and West Ham United also picking up an important win, Liverpool needed to win this game and they got it done. And I think, given that they haven't been too much chop at home at all for a very long time now, this may incentivise the players to really go on a huge run between now and the last 9 games and make sure they pick up as many points as they can, because given what happened in the UEFA Champions League last week against Real Madrid and the fact that there's not many good prospects for Liverpool going into the second leg against Madrid, I think they're going to need to finish in the top 4 to be playing in the Champions League next season.
Absolutely, totally agree with you. Yes, they need to. They need a few things to go their way in their game against Real Madrid, because we know what the Italians will do. They will just put everyone in front of the goal and just leave it there. And that's what they're going to do. We know that's their style, but we'll talk about that another day. But hopefully they will finish in the top 4. What about the Leeds victory? I mean, that was right at the death knell and over Man City. I don't think too many people would have seen that one coming. Absolutely
not. And I've got to say, with all due respect to him, I've never heard of Stuart Dallas prior to this weekend, but there you go, the hero for Leeds, scoring twice to secure a huge win for them at the Etihad against Pep Guardiola, losing to his fellow Hispanic manager in Marcelo Bielsa. A massive result for Leeds, one of the shock results of the season, it has to be said, but really, given Manchester City are almost on the beach, Clayton, the validity of the actual win is probably still in question because they're, very clearly prioritising the UEFA Champions League, Manchester City. But to go to the Etihad and win for any club is a huge achievement, and no less for Leeds United, their first year in the Premier League. It speaks a lot of volumes about where Marcelo Bielsa has taken Leeds. And they'll now be looking at Arsenal. They're breathing down their necks. We're in 9th spot. And hopefully Leeds can... Well, hopefully for them and their supporters anyway, they can secure a top 10 finish in the league, which would be a huge, huge, huge comeback from where they were not so long ago, sort of almost flirting with relegation at one point. So Leeds United really have turned their form around this season, and it looks like they may have some happy years coming up, Leeds, if they can keep the core of their squad, the nucleus that Marcelo Bielsa's got there at Leeds. Going into the future, they're a big club, massive stadium, huge fan base as well. Could be some prosperous years for Leeds fans if they can certainly survive relegation and continue to be a mid-table sort of team over the next few years. And then, as we've seen with the likes of Leicester City and Southampton and Crystal Palace in the past, and probably Everton you'd have to throw in as well. I just want to sort of get that one out there because I don't like Everton and their fans. Look, if they can sort of get themselves into that kind of situation, then we might even see them sort of, putting pressure on those clubs that are finishing in the 5th and 6th places going forward. So, yeah, a lot to look forward to for Leeds fans.
Yeah, I understand that Everton thing because I've got family members from the blue side of Merseyside, and we don't talk to them and they don't talk to us either, so I can totally understand that. Now,
that's how it should be.
A couple of other games we need to look at. You went for Leicester, I went for West Ham, and West Ham won, mate.
Yes, David Moyes would have been pulling his hair out because he went 3-0 up, and it seemed as though this game was over, but Jamie Vardy scoring in the first minute of stoppage time, of which there was 6 minutes, really would have got the heart racing for David Moyes, but a massive 3 points for West Ham because it ensures that they're going to go deep in this race for fourth place. And Chelsea obviously won on the weekend as well as Liverpool, so West Ham probably needed to win this game. But my concerns for Leicester City are real. I did tell you 1 or 2 weeks ago that they would burn out as the season progressed, and it looks like that may well happen.
Yes, it seems to be heading that way. It's sad for them, but it's the way it's going. The other game that is worth noting is Newcastle, and I've said to you, I still feel they're going down, but they're fighting right to the very end, and they had a good 2-1 win over Burnley.
A huge win. It will provide some much-needed breathing space for Newcastle. This was all about Alan Saint-Maxim, because Newcastle went down 1-0 to Burnley. It was a very nice move for Burnley to get ahead in this game. But Alan Saint-Maxim, the Frenchman, comes on in the second half and absolutely changes this game, firstly providing a marvellous assist, just so much skill on the ball, this guy. And, he provided a terrific assist, and then John Joe Shelby and him combined for a lovely counter-attacking move where Alan Saint-Maxim converted from outside the box. It was just sublime, and he's really the kind of player at times that Newcastle have lacked so badly this season. He's really the only creative spark they have, or certainly that I can think of. So, he really made the difference for them. And as things stand right now, there's some clear breathing space between Fulham and Newcastle United. Fulham sat in 18th place on 26 points. Newcastle now up to 32 points. And also with a game in hand on Fulham. So Newcastle very much in the driver's seat now to finish in that last place ahead of the relegation spots.
And finally, just quickly, Ellis, just because there's some Champions League games taking place later this week, and we got the important one with Liverpool and Real Madrid, but Chelsea and Porto, how do you think that one's going to shape up?
Look, I think Chelsea's win against Crystal Palace on the weekend just gone was absolutely emphatic. It's the first time under Thomas Tuchel that they've scored 3 goals, so I think Chelsea will be way too good for Porto. And considering that they're already going into the game with a 2-0 aggregate lead, I think it's home and host for Blues fans, without a doubt.
What about Paris Saint-Germain? They stunned Bayern Munich, and who are hot favourites, so it could be that, the Germans are out.
Well, possibly, but I just think Paris Saint-Germain, whether they're on the winning side or not, they always provide so much of a spectacle and so much of a seesawing affair when it comes to Champions League knockout matches. So I think there might still be a bit of a turnaround on the cards here, and I think Bayern Munich don't write them off. I think they'll be really devastated by that first result. It was in Germany as well, so they really shouldn't be losing. I think they'll come out all guns ablaze, and I think we might still see a few turns.
They are a bit deadly away from home too, Bayern Munich. Other Germans, Borussia Dortmund, are hosting Man City. Now, Man City are only leading 2-1 on aggregate, and Borussia Dortmund, they will be tough at home, and I'm kind of fancying them against Man City.
Well, that's brave of you. I certainly don't think they'll have enough in them to knock out Manchester City. It's going to take something special for that to occur in Germany or not. But, look, the best case for Dortmund is the fact that I guess if they can score that away goal, Clayton, it will make things interesting. Yeah. Well, sorry, they already have scored an away goal, so if they can score one early at home and hold on to the lead for as long as possible, then it will make for an interesting affair. But I just don't see it happening. I think Manchester City are clearly really driven in the Champions League this season, and I think they'll they'll be too much of a challenge for Dortmund, despite the fact that Dortmund did score that one away goal.
Yeah.
It may be a bit of a tense first 20 minutes, but I don't see Manchester City having too much trouble.
Can Liverpool score the goals they need against Real Madrid, mate?
Look, Anfield is the perfect theatre when it comes to an amazing European night, as you would well know, Clayton. But I just think that in order for Liverpool to really be able to overcome Real Madrid, they're going to have to not concede goals whilst going all-out attack. And I just don't see how that's going to be possible. We saw again on the weekend a sloppy goal being conceded. Liverpool have struggled to keep clean sheets all season long. I just don't see how they're going to keep out Real Madrid. They're a very effective team, Madrid, particularly when it's a professional display and they've just got to get it done on an away day in Europe. And I just think they'll be way too much chop for Liverpool, unfortunately.
I hope it goes the other way, but yeah, I understand where you're coming from, and you could well be right. I hope you're wrong, but you could well be right. Well, Ellis, thank you so much for spending some time talking to us about the World Game with the Champions League and also in the English Premier League. Thank you so much for your comments and your insightfulness. It is very much valued here amongst the Flow Sports team and right across the Flow Network. And thank you, and we'll catch you again soon.
Look forward to doing it all again with you soon, Clayton. Thanks so much.